Welcome back to the channel. Yes, I know it's been a while. That's not the point. I'm back, kind of. Yes, I am. Um, yeah, anyway, this would be What If Naruto Had an OP Ice Kekkei Genkai. I hope y'all enjoy, and without further ado, let's get right into it. Part with the beginning of the physical portion of the tuning exams. But before we start that, Naruto's team ended up in third place, which resulted in Neji's team, aka Guy's team, ending up in fourth place, which should have been their third place. So Neji is slightly madder than what he is in canon. Keep that in mind. As the fights go on, everything goes to canon except for Ino's fight against Sakura, because Sakura's on the team with Naruto in this version of Sasuke, which actually entertains the thought of training with other people other than just himself and Kakashi. So, with that being said, yeah. Anyway, I like to mention also Sakura has been introduced to Tsunade, but not in the general sense. Tsunade only takes an interest in Sakura after her fight with Ino, noting that Sakura does have a pretty decent control over her chakra and could be a great candidate for, her specific set of abilities. Anyway, so we're going to skip to, I want to say, Hinata and Neji's fight. Now, Hinata also in this part, I don't know if I mentioned it, but, no, never mind. Anyway, yeah, so at the beginning of the fight, Neji basically goes on to say his speech, and at this point in time, Neji's really not targeting Naruto because Naruto is strong, but he also is mad because Naruto kind of just popped onto the scene. Nobody, Neji grew up and, got his fame over time. Naruto literally was just like, hey, so yeah, anyway, Naruto at this point in time doesn't really, know Hinata, but he know Neji is, somebody that he shouldn't be acting like this right now. So Naruto, he kind of started getting up out of his chair and like, well, not his chair, but he kind of like get up against the railing and, Sakura asked him, what's going on? Why you get up against the railing? And Naruto was like, I'm just interested in the fight. That's it. And cause he noticed like the other tuning around the area, like the actual Shinobi are like kind of, they kind of antsy now too. So as the fight go on, they kind of notice that Neji ain't really holding back. And he's beating the hell out of Hinata, right? So when Hinata falls to the ground, everybody thought that was the end of the fight. But when Neji goes in for another attack, when the Shinobi try to like jump in and stop everything, the whole like kind of arena gets coated. Boom. Ice everywhere, right? Not everywhere, but like in the general arena area, right? And all they hear, like, this is, Sakura looks over and she sees that Naruto's gone, but where he's standing is like where he had his arms over the railing is kind of frozen, right? And Sasuke, he got his Sharingan activated trying to see if he could spot Naruto because, at this point in time, now he kind of got a superiority complex. So he's looking for Naruto in his own like kekkei genkai, seeing if he could locate him. And at some points in time, he get faint glimpses of Naruto, but he can't necessarily see him. And like everybody kind of like wondering, what the fuck going on? Because Naruto wasn't supposed to go down there. Like everybody notices Naruto's stuff. Well, all the Shinobi notices Naruto's stuff. Everybody that's not from the Leaf Village are kind of like just baffled or haven't seen Naruto's power. So, they're kind of just looking around like, yo, what is this? Like, is this one of Neji's abilities? Is Neji like this? Right? And Sasuke, like he look at Kakashi, and Kakashi, he looking around the guys, so they actively like they jump down into it, and after a while the shit like dissipate, and Neji kind of like not sprawled out on the floor, but Naruto got a little ice blade to his neck, like yo, ain't you supposed to be protecting her? You got her sprawled out on the floor, on the brink of death. You was finna kill her. You supposed to be protecting her. And you was finna kill her, right? And as Neji tried to pull away, Naruto, he flinched like the ice like blade up to his neck, and he like, now if I'm not mistaken, in your clan, the Hyuga clan, and if you killed her, that would have meant your immediate termination. Oh wait, but you're a prodigy, and like Neji kind of smirks at that fact and like, yeah, you know, they can't necessarily get rid of me. That's what he thinking. But Naruto, you know, he already knowing what Neji thinking. He like, you know, he put the ice blade up to Neji's skin, like neck, and it's like, but I'm not from the Hyuga clan, and I'm aware of your rules, right? So like this kind of sends a shiver down Neji's spine. So Naruto was like, but that's okay. We'll see each other in the finals. And like the ice blade like kind of just melts, and Naruto walks away. And like as he's walking away, he calls Neji a coward, and this like enrages Neji. And Neji turns around and is like, "How am I a coward?" And Naruto's like, "I'll show you later." And he continues to walk. And the other people kind of notice that in the midst of Naruto using his kekkei genkai, he kind of moves Hinata further away from Neji, because Neji was still in the midst of attacking her. He just didn't know where she was after Naruto activated his stuff. He attacked the original point that he was going for, but when he hit the ground, she wasn't there. So he was like trying to find her using his stuff, but he couldn't. Anyway, yeah. So all the fights like continue. Neji ends up, not Neji. You know, everybody fights who they're supposed to, except for the fight between Kiba and Naruto. That one's kind of different. Because Kiba, knowing what Naruto can do, he's not necessarily in the mood to fight. Like, yeah, they're both kids. They're supposed to be around the same level, but Naruto just stood up to fucking Neji. Had that boy shook. He don't want none of the smoke. So, he basically, like, when the match began, you know, he throw, like, his strongest move out. Naruto kind of, he don't, you know, just dodge it. He block it. Like, you know, Naruto take damage, but he block it. And Kiba, you know, he's saying like, you know, I could probably get him with a few more of those, but I don't got chakra for that. So he basically, he bow his head, he give up, you know, and he politely asks Naruto, you know, hey, every once in a while, we should fight. And Naruto, okay, I can see it. Let me know when, right? And they leave. And at this point in time, everybody looking around like they didn't even really fight. He just threw out a move and it was over. And everybody like, okay, so Choji, I want to say it was Choji. Choji talked to him a lot too, right? Choji Shikamaru, they kind of shot because they knew that was Kiba's strongest move. And the fact that Naruto just brushed it off is baffling because Choji can barely take that move. And Choji's built for shit like that, right? Anyway, they just trained a lot. My bad, I'm sorry. I don't want y'all to hear that, but you know, I didn't have time to mute my shit. Anyway, so yeah, that kind of happens. The fight between Lee and Gaara kind of goes the same. The only difference is that Gaara is not necessarily too entangled with the fact that he got kicked, because he already know that there's somebody stronger than Lee with more potential than Lee, and that's Naruto. So instead of breaking Lee, he kind of just, you know, wins the match. He pins him up against the floor and like basically stops him from moving. You know, he is sand. He could, you know, encase the whole arena. And you're like, you know, Lee was moving fast. You're right. But if he encases the whole floor in quicksand a few feet and Lee can't touch the ground, and then he, you know, does a whole, it's sand. Come on now, it's versatile. Anyway, yeah. Gaara goes on. Sasuke, you know, goes through his fight. I don't necessarily remember who Sasuke fights. If anybody could remind me of that in the comment section, that'd be nice. Anyway, yeah, so come the finals, everybody's kind of anticipating Naruto and Neji's fight. So Lee goes out to fight Sasuke. There's only 3 fights, and the 3 fights is like, so there's the person who's going to fight Naruto, and that's Neji, because, you know, Naruto basically challenged Neji, and Neji went up to, you know, the leader and was like, hey, yo, his, you know, the clan leader was like, hey, yo, he disrespected me. I demand the match. Because originally it was going to be Naruto and Sasuke and Neji and Gaara. But, you know, changes had to be made for canon's sake. Anyway, yeah, given the fact that there were only really 4 people that made the actual thing, a lot of people, well, there were only 4 real main fights that everybody was really concerned about. That's what I'm going to say. Not only 4 people made it, but these are the only 4. These are the only 2 fights that we care about, and the only 4 people we care about right now. Anyway, yeah. So, the first fight up is Naruto and, well, after, you know, all the fights we don't care about, is Naruto and Neji, of course. So they get out on the field, and Neji goes on to try to spout his, you know, speech about how you better. And Naruto, he not really trying to hear that, so he tell the Chunin, he tell the he tell the Shinobi that's over the thing. I forgot the rankings. Um, yeah, he tells the dude, like the ref that's overseeing the match, he's like, man, look, when you say go, just back up, cause this is gonna get real cold real fast, right? And Neji, you know, he get mad because he noticing like Naruto is real arrogant when it comes to things he know he gonna win. Like he think he gonna win. So, you know, he kind of sees he can't capitalize on that. So the ref say begin, and as Naruto instructed, he get back because he's aware of Naruto's kekkei genkai. Once again, everybody that's of enough higher rank that had to manage over some type of a fight had to know that Naruto has a kekkei genkai that takes up space. And technically speaking, if the ref would be caught on that, he would technically be interfering in the fight because Naruto could sense him and mistake him for some, you know, yeah. Anyway, so that's what happens. Dude jumps back. Naruto activates his stuff. Naruto starts telling him, you know, you're a coward because instead of training this girl to be like you and to have a decent fight with her, because you know she's not better than you, and you know she's weaker, and you know she's softer, instead you decide to belittle her more, to make her feel like she's less of what she already is, when she's above you in rank and bloodline and everything, right? And like this kind of makes Neji mad, so he instantly trying to go all out. He activates the 24 palm shits, right? And like he tries to find Naruto, and Naruto gets close to him, and he's like, "Oh, this technique hard." And he turns around, and Neji goes 1-2, and he hits Naruto, but it's a clone of ice. So when he hits it, it just like dissipate, like it shapes into ice and then breaks apart. And he's like, "Damn it," right? And now he's looking around to see if he can't find Naruto. And like this, at this point in time, he screams to Naruto, like, you know, who's the coward now? You're out here hiding in the shadows and stuff, not trying to fight. Like you're using these ice clones as a means to fight. And Naruto throws like an little icicle into his knee. And it goes like into his knee and it's sticking out the other end. Right? And like Naruto, like it's in Naruto's kekkei genkai, so it's not necessarily finna melt. So he's like just sitting there holding his knee, and Neji, you know, he regains his composure and he gets back in his stance, and Neji like vows that nothing else that Naruto throw is gonna touch him, right? So Naruto, he takes that into consideration. He's like, okay, all right, and he dissipates the mist, cause why not? Right? So now the ground is just coated in ice. And Naruto was like, now that you can see, and I can't be called a coward, what do you do now? And Neji claimed, like, you know, like I said, nothing that Naruto throws will reach him, like will touch his body, like nothing again. And at this point in time, everybody noticing, like they heard a scream earlier, but everybody noticing that Neji is hurt. Like Neji got he had something in his leg. Since Naruto dissipated the ice mist, it kind of melted along with it. So yeah, Naruto, like everybody kind of noticing Neji's bleeding from the knee, and this kind of makes like the Neji, like the Hyuga clan leader, he kind of mad because not only did Neji almost kill his daughter, but he can't even beat up the person who threatened his life after he almost did it. So even if you were to kill her and become the Hyuga clan, like ace, second leader or successor, you couldn't even stand up to the person that just saved her life. So what use, how far would you really be able to go against, if something had to happen? That's what, that's his thinking. I'm not really trying to go into further detail because that's not the level of which I'm trying to go with this. But yeah, that's that. At the same time, Neji, he's trying to gauge Naruto, like, what are you gonna do? And out of nowhere, all these ice shards just appear around Naruto's form. And Naruto, like, he waves his hand and they just fly at him, right? And Neji, he gets in a stance to do that rotation thing. But as he gets in a stance, he winces in pain because you have to remember his knee has been pierced. And Naruto laughs and he's like, ah, yes, you Hyuga clan people are all taught until your form is pierced and you can't do any of your techniques. Right? And at when Naruto say this, all the Hyuga clan people in the crowd and the people, basically everybody in the Hyuga clan kind of get mad at that statement because Naruto literally just threw a major shot at damn near everybody because not everybody is strong enough to do those abilities, and the people that are basically, their royalty considered in the Hyuga clan. And the fact that Naruto is just able to, prevent them from doing it or, make them take longer times to do it is just, that's weird. That's wow. So they're starting to visibly get upset, especially Hinata's father, because now Hinata's father feel like Naruto's just attacking his clan, but Naruto sees it as just antagonizing dude, because Neji takes his clan, his pride and his clan's pride to the highest extreme. So Naruto felt like attacking everything and attacking his whole character the best way, right? Why not? So at this point in time, Haku's looking down and he's like, bro, what are you doing? You're making a whole enemy of one of the most powerful, sects in the entire fucking, Leaf Village. I did not come here to start a civil war. I promise I didn't. Right? People are gonna start looking at me like I'm here with Naruto to start a civil war. And I'm not down for this. Right? I don't want to be involved. So, Naruto, he looks up into the crowd and he kind of notices Haku's blatant disappointment in his face or concern, and Naruto's like, oh yeah, I'm doing something right, especially if that guy's concerned, right? So Naruto turns back to the fight and he goes and he looks, and Neji at that point in time has blocked all of the shards except for maybe 2 that scratched him. They didn't pierce him, but they scratched his shoulder, and the other one scratched his thigh, and Naruto's like, you lied. He lied. Did y'all hear that? He lied. He vowed that they wouldn't touch him, but they did. Liar. Right? And at this point in time, Neji, he mad. He not playing no more games. So he try to, he musters up all the little strength that he got. And he charging Naruto. And Naruto basically, as he's charging, he notices that Neji had to put chakra in his feet to stay, not slip on the ice. So Naruto basically just slides out the way when Neji runs past him, and he throws another ice shard into his back, and Naruto was like, dang man, I know that gotta hurt. This has to be humiliating for you, right? And Naruto, as he's saying this, he goes on and he's like, who else this probably was humiliating for? The person that she thought she could depend on? Hinata. Because, I'm pretty sure she probably held you in some high respect, right? And as he's saying this, he's just throwing them, at Neji. They're not, piercing them deep. They're just piercing them enough to where he'd feel it. And he's just tossing them. And Neji's just taking them because he's not trying to surrender. His pride is up there. So he's just taking them. And everybody is just looking at this okay, clearly Naruto is just sadistic in nature. We understood he challenged him. And nobody else really agreed with how Neji handled that situation with Hinata, but this is just downright monstrous. This is not something that is tolerable. So at some point in time, after a few more, the higher ups called the match, hey yo Naruto, this is it, that's done. And Neji turns around, he's like, I'm not finished, right? And he tries to pull some of them out because some of them restrict his movement after a while. you're getting stabbed with ice. And as they begin to melt, because Naruto's interested now, so he forces them to melt. And he's like, what do you mean you're not finished? He's like, I still got something in me. And he charged at Naruto. And Naruto was like, I gotta admire that. And as he's charging, Naruto throws one into his foot, sticking him to the ice, and he's like, you're finished. And he walks off. And everybody's like, just what the why did you just, they already called the match. You could have continued walking. They were gonna stop him, right? And so after that point, everybody, they took a recess because nobody could really stand the sight of Naruto at that point because clearly he's on some different timing and nobody else really took that into consideration. like, you know, he is, they consider him a Jinchuriki. They know he is, but he, as far as they're aware, haven't used his abilities. But they're at this point in time thinking that this has to affect his mind in some way. But like right after the fight, Naruto goes right back to the person that's not really caring about much. Just, you know, right. So, you know, as everybody's kind of like asking him these questions, even people from other villages are asking him questions like, yo, you good? Like, you okay? No, Nine Tails manipulation. Like, they're blatant with it because they really are not trying to be in the general vicinity of the, you know, leaf if the Nine Tails is just actively manipulating its Jinchuriki with a kekkei genkai that fucking strong, apparently. So, yeah, they're not really interested in that. So they're trying to press Naruto for information, and Naruto's like, he's laughing it off, reassuring him that the Nine Tails doesn't really do anything. He's not really, you know, a threat. And then as he's saying this, he gets like this overwhelming pressure of One Tail's energy, right? Like One Tail's chakra. So he looks around and he's like, where the fuck is Neji? Not Neji, Gaara. And as he's looking, he sees they kind of started the fight, like, in the midst of Naruto getting asked questions. They also started the fight. It was like 30 minutes had passed. They didn't want to waste any more time. So they were like, fuck it. And they started the fight, but everybody was still kind of interested in Naruto, so nobody else really cared about the fight. But when Naruto started sensing the One Tail's chakra, he ran toward the fight post haste, right? So when Naruto gets there, Gaara's already in his, you know, One Tail's one-armed bullshit, and Sasuke's already got the curse mark all over his shit. And at this point in time, everybody that was there, they kind of like started scattering. As not scattering, but he noticed that they got put up underneath a sleeping ninjutsu, and Gaara runs away. And now everybody's out to find Gaara, and then Orochimaru pops up because now he's trying to get Sasuke. But since Tsunade's there, Tsunade was able to help Sasuke get his seal underneath control, so he wasn't necessarily immediately out of action. Once he realized that Naruto was going to go chase Gaara, he got up, despite Tsunade's concerns, and chased after him, just to get directly intercepted by Tsunade, punching him in the head, telling him he's not going anywhere, right? And at this point in time, since everybody kind of knows what Orochimaru was after, they're kind of gathering around Sasuke. You know, typical people: Jiraiya, Tsunade, the Third, Hiruzen, Kakashi, Guy, you know, all the people that would normally, because at this point in time, they think Naruto's got it. He's got the Nine Tails. Worst come to worst, Nine Tails kills the One Tails, and they gotta go stop the Nine Tails after stopping Orochimaru. And from what they can sense, One Tails went like 2 miles in that direction. So by the time the Nine Tails get back here, they should be fine, right? So this is where I'm in this part off. If y'all enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe. Anyway, this has been Shinobi. Peace.